And largely, we've seen, big buying come in from foreign institutional investors as well, almost 5,000 crores in May alone, or rather in the last 8 to 9 trading sessions. So, that's giving the Nifty a little bit of that push that it needs to get to those all-time highs. Here's the first take on the index. It is positive, 34 points in the green, but not, running away or anything. Just a tad bit of a green for now. The Nifty is up, the mid-caps are up 60-odd points, and largely the Sensex as well, about 130 points. So the start is in the green. The Bank Nifty is up about 90 points, so in line with the frontline indices. What's leading from the front is Indices Bank, 1% higher there. Post that upgrade coming through. Power Grid is up about 1%. Tata Motors ahead of its numbers on Friday is up 1%. Bajaj Auto has been sitting at fresh highs. L&T ahead of its earnings in the evening is up about 0.5%. M&M, Eicher Motors comes out with numbers tomorrow as well. That one is in the green, so keep an eye out on that. On the downside, UPL has been sulking, and that continues. HUL is down a tad bit. HDFC Grasim, ITC is under a tad bit of pressure as well. Tata Consumer Products just taking a bit of a back seat. Sun Pharma and Asian Paints also a slight bit in the red. But plenty of stocks in the broader markets actually that are, moving around. Latent View, for example, is down almost about 5-6%. Mangalam will talk more about that. But in the interim, you'd have to say that this is a decent start for the market, building on to its gains step by step, led by the Nifty Bank, which is now up almost 85-odd points. So not a bad opening at all.
Not a bad opening. And even if you look at the mid-cap index, while it's up around 50, 60-odd points in line with the frontline indices, the breadth of the market is pretty good. You have 7 stocks advancing for every 2 stocks which are declining. But among the stocks which are declining, you pointed out to Latent View. So down 7%. Margins of the company actually have come in at a multi-quarter low from 30% same time last year. It's compressed closer to 20% now. So, the impact of that is witnessed on the stock itself. We are seeing some weakness in a couple of these railway stocks. So RVNL, for instance, is down 5%. It was lower. All the rail-related stocks were lower in the second half of trade in yesterday's session as well, so that weakness continues. But in terms of gains that have come by, Birla Corp as well as Nuvoco Vistas, both of them reported a decent set of numbers. Both these stocks up by about 2 to 3-odd%. Kansai Nerolac continues its gains from yesterday, up around 3% on that counter as well. And Shipping Corp, that's the other stock that takes your breath away this morning, up around 7%. Decent numbers coming in for Shipping Corp. Of course, the prospects for the shipping industry have improved from last year to this year. And at the same time, you have the big trigger of the demerger and an eventual privatization of that counter as well. So we have Shipping Corp, which is higher by about 6.5% among the top gainers. But again, from the F&O pack, we have some weakness coming by in Rain Industries. Weak numbers out there as well. AU Small Finance continues to gain. So AU Small Finance up 3%. Glenmark is up about 3%. Pidilite now was weak in yesterday's trading session, recovered from the lows, and the management in the conference call and the commentary that it made on CNBC-TV18 as well indicated that things could improve from as early as the first quarter of this year itself, and margin expansion is on the card. So maybe some on the street have bought that dip. The stock up about 2%.
So we are above 18,300 Mangalam. So this is a decent start, almost 50 points now. So let's see if gains are held on to. We raised a 60-65 point gain yesterday and ended absolutely flat. So we are adding that back on, at least in the initial stages. Now, Indiabulls Real Estate, which was down 20%, is coming up as a top volume traded gainer. I mean, the gains are 3%, but volumes are large for this time of the day in Indiabulls Real Estate. There is AU Bank, which is up almost 3%. Manappuram made a low of $100 last Friday. It's up about 17-18% from that level. Manappuram, in almost 118 right now. There is Shipping Corporation of India, which is coming up with some volumes. It's up 7.5%. So stocks at about 101. Varun Beverages, I think we mentioned, 2.75% higher, 15.50 on Varun Beverages. Glenmark is up about 2.5%. Birla Corp, of course, results reaction. Apar Industries was a big mover yesterday. That is up about 2.9% or so in trade right now. I think Apar Industries was a big loser yesterday, one of the top huge volumes as well. And it's seeing some recovery. Sona Comstar, more stuff coming into the mix as we go forward. But compared to the last couple of sessions in the broader market, at least, I mean, this is slower start. I mean, I'm not seeing lots of large volumes straight out of the gates like we have last few days. The newer listing, Mankind Pharma, is the top. It's got top volumes. It's not the top loser. It's down 3.5% after yesterday's super listing. So that's at about, 1377 or so. Apollo Tyres is down 2.6%. It's at number 2 in terms of volumes. PNB is down about 2.6%. PSU banks like PNB, Indian Bank, etc., all did sell off yesterday. So that was one pack. And the second was the rail infrastructure stocks. And those are down as well. RVNL is down 5. IRFC is down 2. I think Mangala mentioned those. And so on and so forth. UPL is down again, I think, for the third day after results. It's down about 1% at this stage. Adani Transmission, I can spot with a 2% cut. Stocks at about 882. MGL and IGL is down 1.7. MGL is absolutely flat, down about 0.5% or so.
I just want to mention the focus really is back on mid-cap IT. So if you look at Birlasoft, for example, right, we've been mentioning this stock ad nauseum. This month, Birlasoft has gone up about 15%. And Rima was telling us about the numbers, very strong. The deal wins have gone up 24% compared to last quarter. And, names like Cyient, etc. have come back in a big way. So last year was bad for mid-cap IT. And now this year, there's a big comeback that we've seen.
Absolutely, Sonia. That's absolutely true. And we'll track what happens here. Cyient, etc. And Cyient is up about 3.5% as well. And I can spot more names here, which we will highlight.